filthy these leaves are. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Those are all just dead hornets.
YouTube.com/Sal. Come and join us. Go subscribe now.
Hey, what's up, Legion? My name is Sal. It's Halloween night, and this is another expedition log. In this episode, we're finally taking the ExLog back to its roots with an enigmatic zombie mall past the point of death, actively decomposing with hornet and rodent infestations, all while it keeps its doors open to the general public. This mall is straight up dangerous to walk around in. There's exposed electrical wires, black mold all over the place, large portions of the roof and ceiling that are damaged and missing, and a horrible nest of hornets living inside one of the abandoned anchors. But I love this place. Underneath all of its undead dangers, this mall has some of the most retro charm I've seen in a long time. And there was a shockingly steady stream of shoppers tempting fate to enter this mall so they can get a good deal inside the Roses department store. As always, I hope all of you are well out there, having a good time all the time and living your best lives on this eldritch Halloween night. Thanks especially to my patrons, elite explorers, super chatters, and everyone who's purchased merch from my shop recently. My available photo stock is dwindling, and Eternal Dead Mall Leaf bookmarks are steadily shipping, so please make sure to visit salvatoreamadeo.com/merch to see what I still have available. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Threads at Salvatore Amadeo and on Blue Sky at quitestudios.com to follow me between expeditions. With the DC Metro tour behind us, we're now in the epilogue of ExLog Phase 8 to close things out and firmly pivot our attention back to America's dead malls. From this point, all of my episodes will once again be on dead and abandoned malls, and I couldn't be more excited to show all of you my backlog of incredibly depressing footage. So for your consideration on this sinister evening, I'd like you all to come take a walk with me through the cadaverous Pennrose Mall in Reidsville, North Carolina. But first, a word from our sponsors, Mr. Fright from Philly and Tom Carvel with Dumpy the Pumpkin. Enjoy.
Have you ever been in a haunted house? Follow our adventures as we go from room to haunted room, each day getting closer and closer to lots of interesting things like ghosts, the inside-out people, and other ghouls and goblins.
Mummies everywhere, all rushing to Carvel for the new Halloween ice cream cake. Just $9.99. Have your mummy pick up some new ghosty cones too. The Halloween cake, $9.99.
Hi there, I'm Dumpy the Pumpkin. Carvel's Halloween ice cream cake. I weigh 44 ounces and serve 10 to 12 people.
Having a Halloween party? I'm Wiki the Witch. We're both made fresh daily at your participating Carvel ice cream store.
You want to send one to a friend? Please phone 800-327-GIFT. and call the cake honors most major credit cards. Thank you.
Oh, forget it.
Tom Carvel now has a new commercial which features him singing, sort of.
Now we make ice cream every day at Carvel. Yeah, we make it fresh every way at Carvel. We've had these songs, we put words to them, and the reaction has been great.
We make ice cream
every day
at Carvel.
Now we make it fresh. We make it fresh.
Call me now. I'm Mr. Fright. You're not afraid of me, are you? Call 976-5432. That's 976-5432.
Welcome to the Pennrose Mall. I've been wanting to show this place to all of you for a very long time. I shot this footage about a year ago, in 2024, when I was first planning the Phase 8 DC Metro tour. I've been meaning to see this amazing mall for years, and this place goes hard. It's actually shocking how decayed some parts of this mall are inside, but there were still a few stores open to the public.
Oh my god.
The Roses and Belk anchor stores were open, but this mall has inline tenants that still operate inside this place, and for the life of me, I can't imagine how they still justify staying open. It's especially bad inside the abandoned JCPenney, and there's even a shady casino with blacked out limo tint windows. We'll be going inside both of those places during this video tour, but this is such an old mall that hasn't seen any renovations, so let's jump right into the historical narrative. On Tuesday, April 25, 1967, it was announced in the Winston-Salem Journal newspaper that a new shopping center was to be constructed in Reidsville, North Carolina, scheduled to cost about $1 million and developed by the Rockingham County, North Carolina-based Pennrose Corporation. The news was made public through a press release from State Senator Frank R. Penn, who founded the development company and served as its secretary and treasurer. Before his 2 terms in the North Carolina State Senate, Mr. Penn was a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, president of the Carolina-Virginia Tobacco Company, and Rockingham County Commissioner. The new mall to be built right here at South Scales Street and Turner Drive was a joint venture between Senator Penn and the Roses Department Store Corporation, who had signed on to the development as senior anchor with a proposed unit spanning 50,000 square feet, which would also be the largest one-level department store in Rockingham County at the time of construction.
You two, you do the same.
The mall was scheduled to have a total of 3 senior anchors and would have stalls for 15 stores along the singular enclosed concourse. The finished property would also feature a 13,340 square foot outparcel Winn-Dixie grocery store as junior anchor in the lot just behind the mall on Way Street, which we'll see briefly a bit later in the episode. Okay, so I just got here. I literally just walked in, and I don't think I've ever seen a place like this in my life. I don't even know where to start. I want to look at everything with a magnifying glass, and I'm going to do my best to cover every single inch and morsel and atom of this place, because there's so much to unpack here. From the Christmas ornaments that are up to the mold everywhere and the deteriorating conditions and just everything. I'm going to take a really slow walk around, and then we're going to just start looking at every little detail with just a fine-tooth comb. We're just going to look through it and just see what we can find, what craziness we can find here. So let's just keep walking around for a little bit. I'm going to look around, scope out what I want to see in detail, and then we'll start looking at the stuff like with the microscope. So let's keep walking around. When the article announcing the mall was published on April 25, 1967, it stated that crews were already on site to begin construction. They were eager beavers. Work would take about a year and a half, and on Tuesday, October 22, 1968, the 150,000 square foot Pennrose Mall had its grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony, with Roses serving as senior anchor in the center of the mall, along with the outparcel Winn-Dixie grocery store. Then just 3 days later, a Prago Guys opened as the second senior anchor on Friday, October 25. Prago Guys is a relatively unknown chain from North Carolina, started by Samuel Prago and Adolph Guys. The two gentlemen each ran their own boutiques. Mr. Prago operated a 1,500 square foot store on 100 South Elm Street in Greensboro called Prago's, and Mr. Guys ran a similarly sized 1,500 square foot store called the Betty Lou Shop, just a few doors down at 111 South Elm Street. The two shop owners became good buddies through the 1940s, and by 1951, they had both outgrown their small boutiques and joined forces to open a Prago Guys store in the old Belk building downtown. After the two completed the concatenation of their respective clientele, the Prago Guys chain expanded through North Carolina in the subsequent decades,
The smell.
ultimately finding a home at the North Anchor space here at the Pennrose Mall. When Pennrose Mall celebrated its first anniversary in 1969, it was named, quote, the South's most modern shopping center, close quote. And the inline tenants listed along the enclosed mall concourse were a Singer sewing machine store, Hodgepodge, Royce Shoes, Eckerd Drugs, First National Bank, Golden Touch Cleaning, Hash and Moser Shoes, Billy's Beauty Salon, and the Glamour Shop. Under the 1969 advertisement for all of these stores, Senator Penn wrote this about the Pennrose Mall. Quote, at the Pennrose Mall this week, you'll find values galore with all the finest stores and services.
Oh man, this was 2008.
Normally, the savings are abundant, but this week we extend to an even greater effort to offer you the greatest values ever. Bring the entire family. Live a little with modern mall shopping. It's modern shopping at its finest, close quote. 2 years after the mall opened, the original downtown Belk department store would close, and Senator Penn would fill the third senior anchor space here with the opening of a Belk department store at the south end of the Pennrose Mall,
Actually, people in there?
which saw all of the employees of the shuttered downtown store relocate to this new location. The store would have its grand opening and dedication ceremony on Wednesday, August 5, 1970, with John Belk, president of the Belk organization, and Reidsville Mayor William M. Mobley, present to cut the ribbon. To celebrate the opening of the Belk, the store held a fashion show at 9 p.m. that Friday in the south parking lot of the Pennrose Mall. A bit later in the episode, we'll be going outside to see that very space in the parking lot, and I want all of you to use your imagination to picture what it might look in the dark with a bunch of models awkwardly walking around with outfits on from the 1970s.
What the hell is this? It's a casino. They're smoking in there. Oh my God. Let's go take a look down here. It's completely closed off. I don't see anybody.
By 1984, the Prago Guys business would go defunct, and all locations were closed. According to Donnie Prago, son of co-founder Sam Prago, the business closed because, quote, it just grew out of fashion, close quote. The building would sit vacant for 2 years until 1986, when a J.C. Penney moved in. The building wasn't redeveloped or renovated in any meaningful or structural sense, but the facades and signage were updated with the Penney's masthead. The former Prago Guys turned J.C. Penney courtyard is where we're at right now, and we are about to head inside to see this space in its decrepit, abandoned state. There's black mold, exposed electrical outlets and wires, a massive hornet's nest with thousands of dead bees piled up that tried to escape, and some of the most captivating liminal space I've ever seen in a dead mall to date. We're going to get to the inevitable and obvious fate of what happened to this JCPenney a bit later in the episode, but it's clear that this space has been abandoned for a pretty long time. Without any prior knowledge or research, I would have placed the abandonment of this store at about 20 years, but it still perplexed me as to why the owners would just leave this entire area open to the public with the front doors wide open and a small strip of caution tape as the only barrier of entry. Across all of my expeditions to some of the gnarliest dead and abandoned malls in the country, I would inevitably find robust security or empowered janitorial staff guarding the vulnerable and uninhabited sections of that mall. Typically, owners don't want you to see how decayed and decomposed parts of their mall are to avoid scrutiny and probably fines. But here at Pennrose Mall, it was wide open. The owners really should be embarrassed and ashamed of themselves for leaving this mall so accessible to the public. Kids could come in here and find their way into this JCPenney and get hurt. It really is shameful.
Holy shit, those are all hornets. Look at this. Wait, let me zoom in. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Those are all just dead hornets. Holy shit.
Oh my god, where am I right now? Hello?
Oh my god.
Quien está ahí?
Okay.
Who is there right now? Oh god, it's pitch black and moist in my pants and I think I just inside of them because of terror. If anybody could hear my voice right now, I was thrown out of a speeding motor vehicle and I landed on my neck behind whatever this place is. Oh god, I'm starving. Sal? Sal, is that you? Ayuda, por favor, Sal, come save my ass. Holy Sal, is that you? It's you! I haven't seen you in decades and you still came back for me. Oh, get me the out of this men's room so I can change Los Pantalones. We need to go back for Stuart, my man. He came in here looking for me after I sent him a prison note.
Oh, I'm so scared in the dark. Is someone out there to save little old me?
Oh my Dios, mi amor, honey, boo-boo. I'm here to save you, guapo.
Is that my Lorna? Oh, Lorna, I'm so happy to see you.
I came for you again. It's me, and I guess I just robbed everything out of this safe so we could get some money and get home. And me and Sal, we came back for you.
Oh, my Lorna, I'm so glad you made it out of Mexico and got away from that dang cartel.
Thank you so much. I need a sandwich and a diaper. Let's go find a way out of here.
There's actually a light. Turn it off. Look, there's a light going on here. That's spooky. That's the one light that's on. Crazy. Yeah. Oh my god. These spiders are eating good, man. Spiderwebs is everywhere. And black mold. There's the safe. Check this out. Another break room. Oh, there's another light that's on, kinda, up there. That's not my flashlight. There's that one. And that one. Oh, and that one a little bit up there. Weird. it's closed. Oh God, the ceiling is just crazy. No dial tone. Man, do you remember that? 1-800-2-SPRINT. And then all these like collect call numbers. When was this in service? It doesn't say. No, it's not even focusing.
Senator Penn and his associates refinanced the Pennrose Mall mortgage in 1985 before the JCPenney moved in and relocated their tax haven to Coral Gables, Florida. Into the 1990s, Penn was looking to sell his interest in the mall and found a buyer in 1997 when Dallas-based SunWest Partners purchased the Pennrose Mall for $8.1 million.
What the hell is that? What if this door is open?
The sale included the outparcel Winn-Dixie and a newly built Hardee's fast food restaurant.
No. I can't get over this hallway.
By this time, a Hibbett Sports had opened as junior anchor, but the mall was failing to attract the business of locals, and it was really starting to show its age. By the way, if any of you know what this small storefront that looks like a tiki hut used to be, please let me know down in the comments. I couldn't find anything on it. A few years after SunWest bought the mall, JCPenney was also struggling and had been steadily announcing a set of rolling store closures around the country. By 2001, they announced that 44 underperforming stores would be closing, of which the Pennrose Mall location was included, and it had its final day on April 21, 2001. That JCPenney space would never find a new tenant, and it would sit vacant indefinitely, as you just saw in my footage from 2024.
Can you still do star 88 for collect calls? Okay, so just really quick, what's kind of crazy to me is that there's been a steady stream of people coming in here to shop. Right there are roses. But that's it. That's the only thing that's in here for the entire stretch. There's a couple of other small, like, local shops. There's a florist, and then there's a shoe place. But that's it. That's it. You're not shopping at this JCPenney. But there really has been a steady stream of people coming in here to shop at Rose's since I got here. And like, look, I'm gonna zoom in at the very end of the hallway. There's a gaggle of people coming in. Look, I'm gonna turn it around. More people. There's just a steady stream of people for Rose's. That's what they're here for. Look, there's some more.
In a couple of minutes, after we get another view of the Rose's entrance with plants that are somehow decomposing, we're gonna stumble upon one of my favorite features in Southern Dead malls, a shady cigarette smoke-filled casino with a rented bouncer who actually patted me down off camera. This business stood out to me like a sore thumb, and it's trying so hard to be covert that it's blatantly overt. As we're walking around, you'll notice an inline storefront with limo tint on the windows blasting who knows what kind of music with heavy bass that reverberated throughout the mall, with no indication on any signage or outward-facing facade that the business existed and was actually open. That's the shady backroom casino, and naturally, I have to go inside. So I'll show you that in just a moment.
Look at that. Look at that. And this is the entrance. One of them. It's just wide open. Wide open to the public. It's completely falling apart. Yet there's people coming in to shop all day. Here comes another lady. God, they love this place. Hi. X-Men stickers. Crazy. Oh, look how filthy these leaves are. That's a casino. And I kind of want to go in real quick to see what's up. All right, let me just try. Oh, hey, hon. Is this like a casino?
Yeah, it's like a casino.
This is awesome. All right, so that was definitely a casino, and I went in there. I have a flashlight and a knife in my pocket, and this big security guard came up to me. I stopped filming because I felt super awkward, but this big security guard came up to me, and he's like, "Is that a knife?" And I'm like, "No, it's a flashlight." And I showed him, like, this is my flashlight. Am I even filming? Yeah, I'm still filming. I showed him that it's the flashlight, but I still had I had a knife in my pocket right next to it, and he still pat me down and said it was okay. But it's definitely a casino. Really intimidating place. Oh my God, this place just goes deep. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper the more you go in. But I'm not going back in that casino because it's just the security guard watching a giant monitor. I'm pretty sure he's watching the cameras in the mall too. And the lady who's super nice, both of them are nice, but they're just kind of intimidating, and I'm not going back in there. Let's keep looking at this place though.
Back in 2017, when I first started this series, Pennrose was one of the very first dead malls I ever saw a picture of. I'm not sure whose video or blog post or Instagram or Flickr album I saw, but it was a photo of this entrance that captivated me. The stark dichotomy of the healthy green plants against a backdrop of decomposition and utter neglect was one of the most compelling images I've ever seen, and it hasn't changed at all over the years. And if I had to guess, these plants are only so healthy looking because of the copious amounts of moisture leaking into this building at all times. Or the florist that's still in operation here is taking care of all of them. It's one of those two things.
If I lived around here, I would totally have my P.O. box here, for sure. But that solarium, I'm guessing that that's active. Like, that's still in use. Like, you have these refrigerated units, and this solarium definitely has live plants in it. Looks like it's closed, but it's well kept. And just directly across from it, this is the florist. A really nice place. And that one is closed. It was actually open when I first got here. It's nuts. I see so many cleaning supplies. I see brooms everywhere. I see shovels. Like, there's a scraper over there. I see so much cleaning stuff, and the place, I guess it's well kept. I mean, it's kind of well kept, except for the JCPenney down there. I wonder when they moved. And then all the Christmas decorations up here that are probably never coming down. Oh, this place is wild. And then these random pictures they have up here. What is this one? There was the dog over there. This one is, if that fellow wants to fight, we won't disappoint him. That's what that says. What is this? Ease of control and mechanical reliability. Oh, it's a Ford ad. But this place just has all these random pictures hanging up. I don't know. There's some horses. What? Lemon's Jewelry. I mean, obviously, most of these places are closed. Wild. Look at this. Look at this. But if you look at these storefronts, these are super unique. And these are old. These are super old. What? You can see in there. Yeah, a little bit. Look at this old school Hallmark. Wow. Oh my God, the Beanie Baby craze. Wow. I wonder what year this is from. I love these handrails. That's so cool. And then you have this entrance here. I don't remember if that's the one I came in, but this is also roped off, I guess, so you don't go back here because the ceiling is so bad. Look at that. And again, like cleaning supplies, there's like the trash bin. They were apparently changing lights. I mean, you got, this one has lights in it, and that's it. That's the only one that's got lights in it right here. Yet, they have replacements, or maybe these are the burnt out ones. Yeah, those are the burnt out ones. Okay, so they made an effort to change that one with this ladder. Oof. Okay, so that's locked. I hope I can get back through there. Oh, it's so hot in here. And that one's also locked. Okay, so this entrance is locked from the outside. I'm guessing this one's open. God, what a mess. Okay.
On March 18, 2005, it was reported in the Greensboro News and Record newspaper that SunWest had failed to make the last 7 consecutive payments on their mortgage for Pennrose Mall and had owed a total of $512,000 in payments and late fees. With over $11 million owed in principal and interest on the mortgage and virtually zero profit being made from the property, the bank foreclosed on the note in 2004. Local attorney Joseph Madry conducted a sale at public auction for the mall on January 18, 2005, and there were no bidders willing to pay the asking price of $3.15 million. So the bank accepted the only bidder to show up, who was Rockville, Maryland-based Crimmy May, with a sale price of $3 million on the dot. It was around this time that Outparcel Winn-Dixie shuttered, along with the Hallmark and Eckerd Drug, vacating the mall concourse after 35 years of business. Pennrose was doomed in the hands of Crimmy May, who had been in and out of bankruptcy court for 2 years before acquiring this mall. By 1998, with nearly $3 billion in assets and liabilities and only $250 million in sales, Crimmy May filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. They reorganized their debt and sold off much of their portfolio, and the Pennrose Mall was their first purchase back out in the world after surviving their bout with bankruptcy. Crimmy May was a commercial mortgage company who had become known for purchasing risky mortgage-backed securities, which all had the potential for a high yield if they did well. The way a mortgage-backed security works is like a birthday cake. Each layer of the cake is called a tranche. One tranche has a set of mortgages bundled inside of it, and if the properties securing those mortgages make money, that tranche will pay out their investor from top to bottom. So Crimmy May never bought property directly, but they bought mortgage bundles that included various properties, and in this case, they bought one that included the Pennrose Mall. It's sort of like what Kohan does, but he buys the malls directly. But the point is, Crimmy May was completely hands-off. They had nothing to do with the mall, and I'm not even convinced that they ever stepped foot inside the place. Into the 2010s, Pennrose would continue to fail in the hands of Crimmy May, who never actually hired a legit management firm to run and lease the mall, and they just let it rot, much like what we see from the likes of Kohan and Namdar. By 2014, Crimmy May had gone completely insolvent, selling off their entire portfolio of securities to various banks. It was at this point that the New York-based Malachite group acquired the property for an undisclosed amount. My guess, though, is that they picked up Pennrose for less than $2 million. Back in 2005, the property was assessed for about $4.1 million, and with the failure to re-tenant the JCPenney space, along with most of the inline and outparcel tenants vacating in the early 2010s,
I think this door is open. Let me just see what's up.
the mall must have taken at least a 50% hit in value, and I think that's even being generous.
Oh, hi everybody, and happy Halloween! I missed all of you beautiful people so much while I was treated like a dog in that Mexican prison. All because I said the word in ExLog 132. Looks like Sal's back to only exploring dead malls, and I'm so tickled and excited I can't wait for my next sinus infection.
You big, beautiful, greasy girl, get that over here.
Oh, he's so frisky. I'm on my way, mi amor. Sal, you know where to find us if you need us to service you and your people. I gotta go and see my guapo. Bye, everybody.
The late 2010s would not be kind to Pennrose Mall, and the mall would continue to decay, with Malachite doing absolutely nothing to remediate the countless structural and economic problems plaguing this vulnerable mall. Even with the pandemic and economic troubles of the early 20s, Pennrose was already beyond saving. Malachite is down there in the basement with the other despicable mall owners such as Namdar and Kohan.
This is where I came in. That looks familiar. Oh my god, I wonder what the roof looks like. We have to go fly the drone. Oh, we have to go get the drone out. Let's go see if I can fly here. Oh, even outside is like that.
And if you even look at Malachite's website right now, it's a half-broken WordPress default site that looks like it was thrown together by a high school blogger. It was even documented recently that Malachite stopped reporting to the SEC in 2021. So the company is actually past the point of trying, and I just can't see them lasting much longer. If Pennrose is open past next year with all of the coverage it's gotten online in the last few years, I'd be shocked. Despite how much I love exploring an amazing mall like this to show all of you and talking about its incredible history, it's just dangerous to keep the doors open in the state that it's in. Most dead malls around the country have some stained carpets and some broken ceiling tiles, and they prompt arguments between retail nerds over whether or not 50% occupancy actually qualifies the place as a dead mall. But Pennrose Mall is in a class in its own. It's beyond the point of death. It's in an active state of decomposition, and Malachite should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. This place needs to close.
Oh, gross. More hornets' nests up there. Yeah, these doors were locked. These are locked. Oh, no, this is another mall entrance right here. Okay, so there are 4 cars in the parking lot. Yet there are still people shopping inside. Okay, so I can't leave here without seeing what it looks like behind the place. What's this? Oh yeah, there's hornets all over the place.
I'd like to thank all of you for watching my video. This is my grand return to form, where I'll only be covering dead malls from this point forward. Thank you all for indulging me during my sabbatical covering the living malls of Northern Virginia and DC. I've gotten it all out of my system, and I do appreciate your patience. By the way, this is the abandoned Winn-Dixie out parcel that opened with the mall back in 1968, and I do believe it's still sitting completely vacant along with the other out parcels at this mall. Thanks especially to everyone signed up to my Patreon and to all of you who have sent super chats, donations, and purchased my merchandise. I do have a few signed photos left in this current exhibition, along with plenty of Eternal Dead Mall Leaf bookmarks still for sale. So make sure you go to salvatoreamadeo.com/merch to see what I've got up for sale still. For those of you who just purchased merch, keep an eye out on your mailboxes. I just sent out another batch that I pack up and wax seal with an anchor stamp myself. Make sure you're following me on my social media so you can keep up with me between episodes. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at Salvatore Amadeo, Blue Sky at quitestudios.com, and on my Discord server to chat with me in real time. Just go to discord.gg/dmod to join. I'll be back soon with ExLog 140, which will be a double header covering the Danville Mall and the Charlottesville Fashion Square Mall. But until then, please stay safe out there, Legion, especially if you dare to step foot in a place like the Pennrose Mall. Take care of yourselves and check your Halloween candy for drugs, avoid pale men in old suits threatening exsanguination, and have a fantastically spooky night.
Have you ever been in a haunted house?
Follow our adventures as we go from room to haunted room, each day getting closer and closer to lots of interesting things like ghosts, the inside-out people, and other ghouls and goblins.
Mummies everywhere, all rushing to Carvel for the new Halloween ice cream cake. Just $9.99. Have your mummy pick up some new ghosty cones too. The Halloween cake, $9.99.
Hi there, I'm Dumpy the Pumpkin. Carvel's Halloween ice cream cake. I weigh 44 ounces and serve 10 to 12 people.
Having a Halloween party? I'm Wiki the Witch. We're both made fresh daily at your participating Carvel ice cream store.
You want to send one to a friend? Please phone 800-327-GIFT and call the cake honors most major credit cards. Thank you.
Don't forget it. Tom Carvel now has a new commercial which features him singing, sort of.
Now we make ice cream every day at Carvel. Yeah, we make it fresh every way at Carvel. We've had these songs, we put words to them, and the reaction has been great.
We make ice cream
Every day
at Carvel.
Now we make it fresh. We make it fresh.
Call me now. I'm Mr. Fright. You're not afraid of me, are you?
Now we make it fresh.
Call 976-5432. That's 976-5432.